year is 1960. You are alone, treading water in the icy blackness of the Atlantic, surrounded by the flaming wreckage of a plane crash. There is no hope of rescue. But then you see it. A light. A strange, solitary lighthouse rising from the waves, where no lighthouse should be. Inside, a monument dedicated to a single, radical idea. A banner that reads, "No gods or kings, only man." And a bathysphere that takes you down into the crushing darkness of the abyss, only to reveal the impossible. A sprawling, secret metropolis of light and Art Deco splendor, shining at the bottom of the ocean. A city named Rapture. But the city is dark, it is leaking, and it is haunted by the echoes of a promise. What was this place? Who built this utopia, and what terrible series of events led to its fall? This is the story of the dream of Rapture, and how the noblest of intentions can build the most perfect of hells. Rapture was the brainchild of one man, an industrialist visionary named Andrew Ryan. Disgusted by the post-war world's reliance on what he called parasites, governments, religions, and collective ideologies, Ryan envisioned a new kind of society. His philosophy was simple and absolute. A man is entitled to the sweat of his brow. He believed in the power of the individual, free from all constraints. The scientist should not be bound by petty morality, the artist should not be censored, and the great should not be restrained by the small. This was the philosophy of objectivism, taken to its most extreme conclusion. And so he built his utopia at the bottom of the sea, a city powered by oceanic vents, hidden from the world. Rapture was a monument to human achievement. Its stunning Art Deco architecture wasn't just a style, it was a statement celebrating industry, progress, and the elegance of rational design. In its heyday, Rapture was a paradise of the mind. Geneticists unlocked the secrets of Adam, rewriting the very code of human potential. Artists and musicians created works of staggering genius, free from judgment. It was a city where anything was possible, a shining example of what humanity could achieve if left completely to its own devices. But a paradise built on unchecked ambition is a fragile one, and the serpent in this Garden of Eden was a miracle substance found in a native sea slug, Adam. Adam was the key to unlocking humanity's full potential. It allowed for genetic modification on an unprecedented scale, granting citizens superhuman abilities through injectable formulas called plasmids. You could shoot fire from your fingertips, teleport short distances, or command a swarm of insects. The possibilities were endless, and the citizens of Rapture became addicted to self-improvement. But Adam was rare, and it created a new, brutal class system. Those who could afford it became gods, and those who couldn't were left behind. This inequality was exploited by a charismatic smuggler and populist leader named Frank Fontaine. He saw the city's underclass not as people to be helped, but as an army to be mobilized against the elite. What followed was a catastrophic civil war. The individualist paradise of Andrew Ryan clashed with the collectivist mob of Frank Fontaine. The gleaming Art Deco halls became battlegrounds. The citizens, now addicted to Adam and driven mad by genetic splicing, became twisted monsters of their former selves, known as splicers. Rapture, a city built to escape the world's conflicts, had created a far more horrifying one within its own walls. This catastrophic collapse from a perfect utopia into a leaking tomb is what makes BioShock's story so unforgettable. If you're fascinated by these deep dives into the philosophies of fictional worlds, would you kindly consider subscribing to The Future Past? It allows us to continue building these video essays for you. Now, let's meet the most tragic citizens born from Rapture's fall. From the ashes of Rapture's civil war, a new, twisted ecosystem was born. And at its center are two of the most iconic and tragic figures in video game history, the Big Daddy and the Little Sister. The Little Sisters were once normal children, but they were horrifically conditioned in orphanages to recycle Adam from the dead, seeing the corpses as sleeping angels. They are the key to Rapture's most precious resource, but they are innocent, lost souls, trapped in a nightmare they perceive as a dream. And to protect them, to protect the Adam they carry, an ultimate guardian was created, the Big Daddy. These hulking behemoths in their heavy diving suits are men who have been surgically and mentally bonded to a single little sister. Their flesh has been grafted into the suit, their vocal cords altered, their free will erased. Their relationship is a perfect, horrifying perversion of Rapture's ideals. The Big Daddy is the ultimate altruist in a city that despises altruism, a being whose entire existence is dedicated to protecting another. And the little sister is the ultimate parasite, a creature that must harvest from others to survive. They are a walking tragedy, a father and daughter bound by science and horror, forever wandering the leaking corridors of a failed dream. So what truly destroyed Rapture? It wasn't just the Civil War or the atom addiction. Those were just symptoms. The true disease was baked into the city's very foundation, its philosophy. Andrew Ryan built his city on the idea of pure, unrestrained self-interest. He believed that if you let the great be great, society would flourish. But he forgot a fundamental truth about human nature. A society without any form of regulation, empathy, or collective responsibility will inevitably devour itself. In Rapture, there was no one to care for the poor or the disenfranchised, creating the perfect army for a populace like Fontaine. There was no ethical oversight to stop scientists from turning children into atom factories. There was no safety net, only a long, hard fall to the bottom. The great irony of BioShock is that Andrew Ryan, a man who despised parasites, created a city that became the ultimate parasitic system. A system where the strong preyed on the weak, where addiction became a business model, and where human beings themselves became the most valuable natural resource. Rapture didn't drown because of the ocean. It drowned in its own ideals. Rapture remains one of the most powerful cautionary tales in modern storytelling. It's a haunting exploration of what happens when a society champions genius but forgets empathy, when it celebrates freedom but ignores fairness. It asks us a timeless question. Where is the line between noble ambition and dangerous hubris? In our own world of tech billionaires building their own societal visions and ideologies pushed to their extremes, the story of Andrew Ryan's fallen utopia feels more relevant than ever. It serves as a stark reminder that no matter how beautiful the blueprint, a future built without a foundation of shared humanity is a future destined to crumble. Here at The Future Past, we believe that exploring these fallen utopias and broken dreams is crucial. They are the lighthouses warning us of the rocks below our own journey forward. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the city of Rapture, subscribe to our channel and join us as we continue to unearth the incredible futures that never were.